Hey guys, welcome back to Down the Stretch for another race day preview. This is for Saturday, the 5th of July 2025, the first race meet for the month of July. Let's get right into it. The first race, 3 years and up, claiming 1 million to 800,000. A field of 9 going 7 furlongs. My top 3 horses in this race are going to be the 3, Green Gold Rush, the 4, Great Wayne, and the 8, Sir John. Okay, Green Gold Rush. Paul Francis riding here for Ryan Darby. Last time out, disappointing run at 7 furlongs, finished in 7th by 14 lengths. Something obviously went amiss there, because before that, on the 1st of March, at the same level, was second by half a length to Sir John. And the last time out, Sir John finished a good 12.5 lengths in front of Green Gold Rush. Freshened up for this, hasn't been seen at exercise, but possibly swimming to keep him fresh and strong. So we're going to give Green Gold Rush a shot here on the rebound. The 4, Great Wayne, Wesley Henry riding here for Alfred Brown. Very fit right now, last time out on the 8th of June, 7.5 furlongs. Finished 4th by 6 lengths to Titan Tempo, who was a young horse coming to the claiming ranks for the first time. So that's not a disgrace run there by Great Wayne. Before that, at 6.5 furlongs, made all the running to win impressively by 7 3/4 lengths, beating Nakamura. Was beaten by Sir John and Green Gold Rush back in March after being very early. We're fast into the lead. I'm going to forgive that race. Looks a different horse now. Training well, busy at the exercise, so looks sound. So I'm going to give this Great Wayne a look in here. And the 8, the horse they're all going to have to beat, Sir John, 120 pounds. Radish Roman now gets right here for Peter John Passad. Last time out was second to Burning Valor by half a length, coming from off the pace. His usual style. Kept active at the exercise. Good works come to this. The 22nd of June, out the chute, 7 furlongs, galloped in 1:31. That's a very good workout. And the last work come to this was the 29th of June, galloped 4 furlongs in 50 and 2. So kept on his toes, looks very fit right now. And with Radish Roman in the saddle, I think that's the horse they're going to all have to beat. And for those who play exotics, 2 horses are going to toss in here. Going to be the 6, Social Mischief, and the 9, Nakamura. Social Mischief coming in here with Emilia McLean, came in 4 kilos for Robert Pearson. So it's taking a step to claiming ranks now. Last run was Nuns of 3 for 4-year-olds, beaten by She's Dallas Love and Firecracker. So against Million Claimers, I think she has a good shot in here. Kind of stretched out a little bit, but maybe her running style suggests that she possibly will handle a distance of ground and could probably be the upsetter, making the exotics. And the 9, that's Nakamura. Richard Henry claiming 3 kilos here for Errol Burke. Good run on last. Class below this, the 29th of June, basically making all the running to win by 3.5 lengths easily, beating Justin Biden and Lucy in the Sky, another horse that dropped down in the claiming ranks. Nakamura, fit horse, was beaten 7 lengths by Great Wayne. This was back on April, but with that last run showing how fit Nakamura is, I think he has a shot at coming into the exotics as well. The second race, native bred 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds, downers of 4, and imported 3-year-olds and up, downers of 3. 6 starters, they go 6 furlongs. Not going to really waste much time here. I think this is a 1-horse affair, and that's going to be number 2, Supernatural Power. Supernatural Power, 3-year-old filly, imported horse. Radish Roman riding here for Philip Fiani, 4 starts to date. First 2 starts, super impressive. She won by 14 lengths on her debut, beating Gervana, who recently won at Overnight Allowance. Her next start was an impressive win after being slowed into stride by 5 lengths in 58 over the straight course. Then she had her first real test on the 3rd of May, 2025, finishing second to Incredible Joe. And to show that was not a fluke, the next time out at 7 furlongs, Incredible Joe did the same thing, only did it in a more facile way, beating Supernatural Power by 15 lengths in a time of 1:23 and 4. So now Mr. Fiani has brought back Supernatural Powers, visors on, figure 8 on. So this just the fact that the figure 8 is on, probably Supernatural Power having a little breathing issue and probably not focusing properly, but working okay, not really doing anything zippy at the exercise as she usually does. But nice work coming to this race, 29th of June, 5 furlongs in 1:02 and 2 with the figure 8 on, and cantering coming to this race. And I think that's the horse they're all going to have to beat. But for those who buy exacta and trifecta, I'm going to put another one in the exacta spot. Shane is riding here for Anthony Nunes. 4 starts to date, 2 wins. When debut won by 8 lengths, going 5 furlongs straight with top weight of 126 pounds, beating a moderate field. Came back to finish third to Honor Prince in the Sir Howard Stakes. Next start, tried to make all running, caught by Mighty Gully. And then was a winner again, clear at the furlong pole by 6 lengths and shortened up strides to only win by half a length from Lockdown, who came back to win. And then his last start was in the 2,000 guineas, where he was, I wouldn't say outclassed, but I don't think he got a mile, because he was the leader passing the half mile, faded to be beaten 15 by 38 lengths. Comes back to a distance I think is going to be way more suitable, 6 furlongs, has the Canterman in the saddle, and expecting a good run from another one. And I'm putting him to complete the exacta. And for the trifecta, I'm going to use his stablemate, the 3 Linguists. Omar Walker riding for Anthony Nunes, second in the 1,000 guineas against Burning Hedge. So definitely on the improve, this filly, but faces some speed balls here. And if another one tries to go with supernatural power and gets cooked at the headlines, Linguist possibly could capitalize and run on to grab the exacta. But that's the way I see it. The third race, native bred 3-year-olds, non-numbers of 2, and imported 3-year-olds and up maiden. Another small field of 6. This race is named for Super Lee, going 7 furlongs. Boiling this race down to 3. They're going to be the 2, Nuclear Jet, the 3, Enthusiasm, and the 6, My Eclipse. Okay, Nuclear Jet. Radish Roman riding here for Enos Brown. 3 starts to date. On debut, close from far off the pace to finish 5th by 5 lengths to Prince Kazir over the straight 5 course. Came back 3 weeks later, stretched out to 6.5 furlongs, still far back early, but flew home to win by a length and a quarter, beating Alive, who came back to win. Next start, the 21st of June, going 2 turns, was in problems for most of the race, and especially in the stretch when coming with his run, was stuck down on the rail, had no racing room. The apprentice just couldn't get him out. Finished a good run though, finished third by 4.25 lengths behind Lockdown and Alive. That's they've called for Radish Roman now. Kept busy at the exercise. Had a work coming in here. Strode 7 furlongs in 138 and 4. That's pretty decent, and 2 canters. So this Nuclear Jet I think definitely has a ton of potential. And if he gets a job done here, I think we might see him heading for the Derby, to be honest, because he definitely looks like he has the aptitude to get a distance of ground. So expecting a big run from this Nuclear Jet now that Radish Roman is in the saddle. The 3, Enthusiasm. The first runner for Wow Wow. Nice filly, won on debut, beating Honor Prince, who came back to win the Sir Howard and the Prince Consort Stakes. Enthusiasm seems to have her problems. I think she bled twice and was showing some fatigue in her races. But those races, she usually try to go fast early. In the last 3 starts, Nunes has allowed the riders to settle her off the pace and then try to come in the stretch. On the 24th of May, at 7 furlongs, way behind the field, and stayed on to finish third, beaten 15 lengths, but that was against a very powerful looking prolific Prince who won in 126 and 3. So that's a big plus for Enthusiasm. Next start was in the Guineas, beaten up there, but right after that, at 6.5 furlongs on the 28th of June, came from off the pace to run a good second by a length and a half to Woman in Love, who had a lone speed and ran away with it. So this Enthusiasm, she seems to be getting her act together, and expecting another good run for Enthusiasm. And the 6, My Eclipse, Shane is here riding for Philip Lee. Useful colt, won on his second start at 7 furlongs, beating My Identity and Prince Roy. Then came back to finish third by 5 lengths to American Aviator and Rico, 2 American horses. 2 bad runs after that, beaten by Nephew Gervano and H2O. Then was 7th in the Kingston after a horrible start. And next start over the straight 5 course, which was just a week after he ran in the Kingston, finished third by 2 lengths to another one. Disappointing run in the Guineas though. Prominent up to the half mile, then faded. So I think the trainer is trying to reevaluate this My Eclipse. Definitely have a lot of potential. Workout coming to this race, 29th of June, 7 furlongs in 132 and 3. That's not bad. And with the presence of Shane Ellis in the saddle, I think he puts up Shane Ellis to See if Shane Ellis can get the best out of this My Eclipse, expecting a good run from that one. So if I'm buying a pick six, I'll be on the safe side and I'll probably use all three. The fourth race, 5 wheels and up, 9 wheels of 4, and imported 5 wheels and up, 9 wheels of 3. Field of 7, going 7 furlongs. I'm going to have to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 2, Strike Smart, the 4, Sir Wong Dun, the 5, Money Slam, and the 7, Here Comes Doc. Okay, Strike Smart, Radish Roman riding here for Howard Bailey. This horse hasn't been out since the 18th of January, when finishing 6 by 7 lengths to Lady Abimala, Fly Blue Jet, and Loyal Action. Was prominent early before fading, so I think needs the rest, but his last good run though was at this distance, 7 furlongs, when up front early before fading to finish second by 3.5 lengths to Whiz Kid, had Lion Charmer behind in that race. So I think 7 furlongs is perfect with Strike Smart. Even though coming off the rest, the blinkers are off and they call for Radish Roman. Has a trot and a can to come to the race, so probably swimming. I think Strike Smart is in here with a good shot once reporting 85% fit. The 4, Sir Wang Dun, Clive Lynch riding here for Alfred Brown. Stepping up to the class last time out at this distance, faded to finish 5th by 13 lengths in that race with Natural Dancer. Natural Dancer was basically lone speed in that event, got away with an easy advantage. But before that, Sir Wang Dun start the pace and run on in the stretch to win by 3/4 of a length from Papa Gray and Shwami the Butcher. Now this race today is void of real speed, and in the past Sir Wang Dun has shown speed. So if they allow this Sir Wang Dun to hop in front, and with a veteran like Clive Lynch in the saddle gets him to relax on that lead, could prove a very dangerous horse in the stretch. The 5, Money Slam, Richie Shakes claiming 3 kilos here for Patrick Lynch. Stayed on last time out to finish 6.5 lengths 6 to Wayne's Princess at 5.5 furlongs. Last time at this distance though, finished 6 by 13 lengths in that same race with Natural Dancer. But Money Slam was very close to the pace early and probably got cooked in the early fractions. So now I think he only might have to deal with Sir Wang Dun. So if he's not rushed too hard, I think Money Slam definitely should have a good shot in this event, especially claiming 3 kilos off of that 116 pounds. And the 7, who I think is the horse I'm going to have to beat, is Here Comes Doc. Ryan Lewis riding here for Gary Griffiths. Last time out, 5.5 furlongs. A bit too short for Here Comes Doc. Was 9 by 10 lengths at the half mile and was running on, had no racing room, had to come wide and finished 4th by 6 lengths in the Rain Princess race. Stretched out to 7 furlongs. Now his last run over 7 furlongs was 4th by 11 lengths to Natural Dancer. And as I said before, Natural Dancer got away with a lone speed advantage and just left them all for dead. But Here Comes Doc. This is a deep closer, and if the pace gets hot early, pretty sure he will be the one finishing the strongest. So I think he's the horse they're all going to have to beat. The 5th race, 3 years and up, optional claiming 500,000 to 400,000. Native bred 6 years and up, 9 of 3, and imported 6 years and up, 9 of 2. A field of 10, going 5.5 furlongs. Very tricky race. I'm going to boil this race down to 5. They're going to be the 2, Lord of Agilon, the 5, Small Boss, the 6, Stormer Come, the 8, King Air, and the 10, Rusty. Okay, Lord of Agilon, 126 pounds. Anthony Allen claiming 2 kilos off of that for Joseph Thomas. Very consistent right now, has 2 wins out of the last 4 starts. Last time out, threw in a clinker, finishing 9 by 60 lengths. I don't know what went wrong in that event, but I'm willing to forgive that, because before that had back-to-back wins at this level. Last time out winning, 6 furlongs, beat Unruly Dude and Little Groovy Thing. So definitely going to throw this larger Agilon here. I'm just going to toss that last one. Has a canter coming to the race on the 25th of June. Number 5, Small Boss. Devon A. Thomas riding here for Adrian Prince. Adrian Prince training very well right now. This horse coming off a break, stepping down to the claiming ranks for the first time. Last time out was the 21st of April for 4 years and up, 9 of 2, when prominent all the way to the furlong pole before fading to finish 7 by 19 lengths against Hail the Queen and Aplum and Chinita Estrella. Horses that I think would win at this level. Visors are now on, tongue tie off. That's the only question sign, tongue tie, why them room tongue tie. He won with it, but freshened up for this. Hasn't seen that exercise, so I think this horse is swimming, which would make him very strong and ready. And they're putting him around the bends after the rest, so I think he can handle it. So giving Small Boss an outsider's chance in the event. Number 6, Stormer Come. Philip Parchment riding here for Captain Marlon Brown. I think represents somewhat of a class horse in this event. Last time out was at 1.2 million claimers and was prominent up to the half mile, fourth by 3 lengths, before fading behind Money Miser, Rani Bangala. So definitely thinking Star Macomb represents some back class here. And the choice of rider, they've called for a bustling and strong rider for Star Macomb. They put on the blinkers, so that means they want him sharp. Not seen at exercise, so potentially swimming, so that will make him very strong. Definitely, I think Star Macomb is in here with a good shot of pulling this off. The 8, King Air, Tyrone Prince. Radish Roman takes the ride here. Last time out, 26th of April, prominent all the way to the furlong pole before this horse fell, and was very consistent coming into that race. Had a win at 350,000 back in March, going 6.5 furlongs over Conundrum and Last Dance. So if I toss in that last race and just the fact that Radish Roman now takes the ride, so I think King Air is still sound and still fit. Cantering and trotting come to the race, giving King Air another shot at running a decent race. And the 10, Rusty, Demar Williams claiming 3 kilos here for Byron Davis. Very, very fit horse right now. Last time out, came from 6 lengths off the pace to finish second by 3/4 of a length to Russia the Warrior after coming out of the gate slow at this level. My only setback with Rusty is that Rusty prefers to run over the straight 5, although did have a win at this level back in April of last year. So giving Rusty a looking at that, but I not really wanting to stick my neck out to pick a outright winner here, because I think this is any horse can win, and I think it will be one of these 5. The 6 race, 3 years and up, claiming 350,000 to 250,000, and 6 years and up, 903. Big field of 15, they go 5 furlongs straight. Going to boil this down to 5. They're going to be the 1, JJ the Striker, the 9, Sir Ganga Jamuna, the 10, Musa, the 11, Air of Fire, and the 14, the Gifted One. JJ the Striker, Nicholas Hibbert claiming 3 kilos here for Delroy Wisdom. Last time out, 14th of June at this level, 4 furlongs straight. Finished 4th by 6 lengths to Phenomenal One and the Gifted One. Before that, at 5 furlongs round back in May. Prominent all the way, finishing 3rd by 5 lengths to So Beautiful. So consistent and fit right now, and even though poorly drawn on the far side, as long as Hibbert doesn't try to drift and go all the way to the stand side, giving this JJ the Striker a very, very good shot if he just holds a straight course and runs a honest race. The 9, Sir Ganga Jamuna, ultra consistent, ultra fit horse right now, 126 pounds, but Tyrese Anderson claimed 4 kilos off of that for trainer Rowan Matthew. Last time out, willing to forgive that run, finishing 6 by 12 lengths. That's stepping up to 500,000 against a lone speed Let Him Fly, who made all the running and won very easily there. But before that, at this level, going 5.5 furlongs, pressed the pace all the way and pulled away to win by 4 lengths, beating Musa and Little Groovy Thing. Little Groovy Thing was coming fit into that race. Before that, over this course, prominent all the way, lost by a head to Little Groovy Thing. And the Gifting One was 3rd that race. So very fit Sir Ganga Jamuna. Not seen at the exercise, but this horse generally is just swimming coming to the races. Got a slight little break, so gets a 4-week break coming into this, so I think fresh. And definitely I think Sir Ganga Jamuna has the capability of fighting this out once again. The 10, Musa, giving this horse one more shot. Disappointing 16-year-old horse. Comes in with the top weight, but Shane Ellis once again in the saddle for trainer Oral Hayden, who's also training very well. My assessment of this Musa runs with a stiff neck, which I think is what contributing for this horse not really getting the job done. So does have issues, but is busy at the exercise track, which is always a good sign with claiming horses. On the 24th of May, this horse galloped 3 furlongs in 37.3 and has trotted, cantered all the way up to this race. So the last 2 starts, I'm willing to forgive. Those are going 7.5 and 5.5. Last time at this level, way off the pace. Finished 6 by 6 lengths to Phonometer, Rusty, My Sunshine. My Sunshine has gone up to run in better classes. So you can't really leave Musa out, because you don't know when Musa will turn up, and especially with Shameless in the saddle. They've taken off the visors now, so they want this horse to see what he's doing. Runs better without the visors anyway. The last 2 starts, those 2 poor runs was with the visors, and you can note back down to the 9th of February with the visors at 700,000 was one I ran a bad race there too. So with the visors now off, expecting a better run from Musa. But I said my only setback with Musa is that Musa runs with a stiff neck. The 11, Air of Fire, definitely one of the fitter horses in this event. Rayan Lewis gets right here for Stephen Todd. Has a lot of pace, So depending on how the pace sets up, is drawn nicely on the outside, drawn 11. Last time out was 5th by 7 lengths to Sir Ganga Jamuna after leading, but under pressure for most of the race. That was at 5.5 furlongs. Before that, over the straight 5, prominent all the way to the final furlong, finishing 3rd by 5 lengths to Magical Mood. So a lot of speed horses there. Her win came 5 furlongs round class at this level, winning by 2 lengths, beating Buzz Assault and JJ the Striker. So very fit Air of Fire coming into this race. Claimed last time out and coming from a hot barn, Stephen Todd giving this Air of Fire a big shot at pulling this off. And the 14, the Gifted One, 126 pounds, but Anthony Fraser will claim 4 kilos off of that weight for trainer Michael Caine Jr. Put in a very good run last time at 4 furlongs straight at this level, was pressing the pace for most of the way before finishing second to Phenomenal One. Not the speediest of horses, but when fit can turn up. If you look back on the 27th of April, 4 furlongs straight, pressed all the way, only beaten 2.5 lengths there by Silver Fox, Millennium Princess, JJ the Striker. So definitely capable amongst these. And once the Gifted One turns up, and if the pace cracks up front, drawn perfectly on the outside, Gifted One has a good shot of pulling this off at a good price. So I think the winner comes from one of those 5 horses. So Ganga Jamuna looks like possibly the fittest horse in the race, but always watch out for Musa. You don't know when this horse turns up. The 7th race, 3-year-old maiden special weight, 8 starters, going 9 furlongs and 25 yards. Going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 2, Princess Chris, the 3, Alchemy of Souls, the 5, Uncle Baba, and the 8, Ralph's Treasure. Number 2, Princess Chris, 3-year-old import filly. Richie Shakes here for Norman Smith. 2 good runs in the last 2 starts. Last time out, 31st of May, 5.5 furlongs. A good 3rd by 7 lengths to Wayne's Cherry Links. Uncle Baba was second there. Before that, at 6.5 furlongs, stayed on to finish second by 2 3/4 lengths to Miss Grove. So stretching out to 9.25, last time at that distance was beaten by 44 lengths, but that was against Fearless Mission H2 and Miss Grove. Much tamer feel, I think, in this race, and the race kind of void of real pace horses. So giving this Princess Chris a shot at running a decent race, working welcome to this event. The 3, Alchemy of Souls, 3-year-old colt, Ryan Lewis riding here for Jason DeCosta. Last time out at 7.5 furlongs, came from off the pace to finish second by 2 lengths to Cop Car, who is a useful looking horse. Before that, at this distance, was early in the pace, all the way up to the furlong pole was 3rd, but outstayed by Benison and He's Sensational and Uncle Baba in that event. But different tactics used last time out, coming from off the pace, showed that Alchemy of Soul does have the potential to stay the trip once covered up for a run. Decent work coming to this race. 16th of June had a 5.5 workout in 1:10 and cantering all the way up to this race. So this Alchemy of Soul, reserved for a stretch kick, possibly has a good shot at pulling this off. The 5, Uncle Baba, Shane Richardson riding here for Barrington Bernard. 3rd last time out at this level and distance to Benison and He's Sensational. Before that, at 5.5 furlongs, came from far off the pace to finish second by 5 lengths to Wayne's Cherry Links. So getting better with every race. Seems definitely that he wants to get a distance of ground, so should love this trip once again. Void of early pace though. If he goes too fast, he's going to fade. So I think sustaining his run in the stretch is the best option here for him. So as long as the pace does not get away from him, leaving that half-mile pole, I think Uncle Baba should put in a decent run and fight this out. But the horse I like in the event is the 8, Ralph's Treasure, 3-year-old imported colt. Shane Ellis has the ride once again here for Gary Sobrati. Only 4 starts. Last time out 5 furlongs round, second by 7 lengths to Sophie Says So, a useful looking imported horse, was 2 3/4 lengths in front of Miss Marbella, who came back to win. So Sobrati now has put on the figure 8, so probably addressing some breeding issues here with Ralph's Treasure, or just to help with his breeding, especially stretching him out now going this far. I think this horse represents possibly the pace horse of the race, and in a race like this that is void of speed, if he can pace the race the right way, definitely has a nice sprint run, but seems to want a distance of ground. And this horse is very well bred. His sire is out of the world's leading sire, Into Mischief. His sire is Honest Mischief. I think this Ralph's Treasure, in my opinion, is the horse I like, and the horse I think they're going to have to beat if he gets loose on that lead. The 8th race. This race is named after Midnight Angel, 3 years and up, overnight allowance, a field of 7, going 6.5 furlongs. Boil this down to 4. They're going to be the 2, Perfect Brew, the 3, Chem, the 4, Midnight Galaxy, and the 6, Major Danger. Okay, the 2, Perfect Brew. Tyrese Anderson claiming 4 kilos here for Richard Azan. Hasn't had a win in a while, but is capable, especially at this level. Last time out was 6 by 8 lengths. The Unbelievable Force and Money Market. Gervana was third there, so some very useful horses in that event. This Perfect Brew, 6.5 furlongs, I think, possibly right up his alley. Last time at 6 furlongs was third by 6 lengths to Unspun and Unbelievable Force after coming out the gates very slow. So this horse has a late run, and if coming out of those gates cleanly and the pace crumbles up front, expecting Perfect Brew to be coming home strong, working well coming into the event. The 3, Chem, top weight, 126 pounds. Demar Williams will claim 3 kilos off of that for Paul Swaby. Another late running horse. Last win was at Overnight Allowance, non-reserve 1 at 5 furlongs straight. Came from off the pace to win by a length from Prince Aman and Commander Z. Last time out, 5 furlongs round. Beaten for speed, stayed on to finish 4th by 6 lengths to California Crown and Money Market. Major Danger was 3rd there. But his last really good run, apart from his win, was at 7 furlongs, coming from off the pace to finish 2nd to Impressive Force. Had Unspun behind in that race and was slowly into stride. So once this horse breaks well at 6.5 furlongs, working well come to the race, if he gets a pace to run at, this Chem should be coming home pretty strong once again at the finish. The 4, Midnight Galaxy. Emilia McLean claiming 4 kilos here for Oral Hayden. Ultra fit right now, this Midnight Galaxy. Last time out the class below this, 9 furlongs. Start the pace before kicking on at the half mile to win by a length and 3/4 from Brenda Boy and Captain Sparrow. Also 9 furlongs and 25 yards back on the 3rd of May. Made all the running but was caught near the finish, finishing 2nd to Kaylin's Melody. So improving at the right time, peaking, working very well. Does have a lot of pace. So depending on how this race sets up early, coming in light, Midnight Galaxy, although at a price and up in class, very fit and peaking, giving him another shot at running a very good race and fighting out the finish. But the horse I think they're all going to have to beat is going to be the 6, Major Danger. 5-year-old imported horse. Comes in with top weight of 126 pounds. Radish Roman gets the call here for Hall of Fame trainer Philip Fiani. Last time out at this level, 5 furlongs round. Came from way off the pace to finish 3rd by 4 lengths to California Crown and Money Market. Before that, over the straight 5 course, finished at good 3rd by 2 3/4 lengths to Chocomo and Prince Aman. And before that, at 7 furlongs, was trying to steal it. Was clear at the top of the lane, but finishing 2nd by a neck to Interesting Times Ahead. In my opinion, faces a tamer bunch here. Does have pace, but can be rated just off the lead. And if he comes out of those gates cleanly, even with from the top weight, I think Major Danger is definitely the horse they're going to all have to beat. The 9th race, the Clovis Metcalf, 3 years and up, open allowance, 9 horses going 7.5 furlongs. Ultra competitive race. Usually I'd do a video of this race alone, but didn't have the time. So I'm just going to boil this down to my top 5 selections here. They're going to be the 2, Fearless Soul, the 3, Sheer Delight, the 4, Desert of Malibu, the 5, Unspun, and the 9, Run Julie Run. Fearless Soul, excuse me, Paul Francis gets it right here for Philip Fiani. This horse improving at the right time, is in peak form right now. Last time out 5.5 furlongs, came from way off the pace to finish 2nd by 8 lengths to top class Legacy Isle. Before that, 5 furlongs straight the class below this, came from far off to win by a length. So definitely peaking right now, this Fearless Soul. In this race, I think definitely gets a pace in front of him. And if they crumble up the stretch, even from 123 pounds, I think Fearless Soul is one of those that will be finishing strong in deep stretch. Keep an eye on this Fearless Soul. The 3, Sheer Delight. Omar Walker riding here for Dalton Sir Drew. Another horse that's hitting his form at the right time. Last time out at this level, going 9 furlongs and 25 yards. Off the pace, early, left tailed off, but stayed on strong to finish 3rd by 6 3/4 lengths. The horse of the year, Fun Candon, and top filly Run Julie Run, was staying on at the finish. So that's saying that this Sheer Delight is definitely hitting his form at the right time. Still comes in at basically the same weight. He has 116 pounds here. Before that, he had a win, the class below this, by a head, beating Rhythm Buzz. Rhythm Buzz came back to win very impressively after that, and Fearless Soul was 3rd in that race. That was at a mile. 7.5, I think, is perfect for Sheer Delight, and depending on the tactics of the race and the jockey, if Walker can just get to relax Sheer Delight probably just off the pace, which I think they want to do. They've taken off the blinkers. I think Share the Light has a good shot here at pulling this off at a decent price. The 4, Desert of Malibu. Top class sprinter, but she's definitely having her issues in recent times. She's now 6 years old, comes in at top weight of 126 pounds. Does get the champion jockey Radish Roman in the saddle for Gary Sobrati, but a lot of question signs here. Beaten last time out, 17th of May, by 26 lengths after pressing the pace all the way to the top of the lane. But that was coming off a very long rest, and that was against a fit set of horses, Commandant, Atomica, and Tiz Stock. Was supposed to run on the 31st of May, but was scratched lame. So that's the concern for me. Her soundness. How sound is this Desert of Malibu? Working coming into the race though. So she seems to be okay. She would prefer it a bit shorter, maybe 6 furlongs, but is capable at 7.5, especially if she gets to dictate the race and control the speed. If she returns to 85% her best, she probably makes one move and beats this field. Will that happen? I'm not sure. She has a few horses in here that probably might go with her. Divine Force, possibly coming here to go right to the front when the gates open. So too Mojito. So does Desert of Malibu get a comfortable lead and blow this field away? Well, if she comes back in the horse she was last year, she definitely will do that, but that's a big question sign. The 5, Unspun, the 2-year-old champion, now 3-year-old. Very, very useful horse. Comes in very light. Apprentice will claim 3 kilo. That's Richie Shakes for Norman Smith. Big run last time at 7 furlongs against a top bunch of sprinters. Chased the speed the entire way. Digital 1, Wall Street Trader, and was staying on strong at the finish. Finished 4th by a length and 3/4 to Tiz Stock. The 4 that had a win at the class below this at 6 furlongs, coming from off the pace and beating Unbelievable Force and the Perfect Brew. So peaking at the right time, working well coming to the race. Coming in extremely light. I think the pace sets up perfect for this Unspun. My only setback with Unspun is that Unspun runs with a stiff neck, which causes him a lot of races. Once that issue is solved, I think this Unspun is definitely heading to the top class, but I'm giving Unspun a big shot here, coming in very, very light. And the horse I think they're all going to have to beat is the big filly, Run Julie Run. Ray and Lewis coming here for Ian Passad. Last time out, 2nd by a length and 3/4 to the horse of the year, Fun Can, done at 9 furlongs and 25 yard. Looked like it was going to come down to a nose-to-nose fight with Fun Can done, but Haladin skillfully drifted out and met her and drifted off a true line and fought her off to beat her by a length and 3/4. But that was a brave effort by the filly against the horse of the year. Before that, was way off the pace at 7.5 furlongs, 7th by 10 lengths, and finished 4th by 5 lengths to Commandant and Atomica. I think she was just going through the motions there, wanting to see if she could settle off the pace and then run on, which she did. Does have pace though if she needs it, but I think this race sets up perfect for Run Julie Run to start the pace, maybe sit down 3rd, 4th, watching the pace, and then make her move at that half mile. And if all goes to plan, she's definitely the horse they're going to all have to beat. But a value bet for me in this race looks like Unspun at the handicaps. As I said, my only issue with Unspun is that he runs with a stiff neck, but very, very capable, improving, peaking at the right time, and the handicaps fits how I think this race sets up. So value for money, I think I take a chance on Unspun. And the 10th and final, native bred 4-year-olds and up, numbers of 3, and imported 4-year-olds and up, numbers of 2. Big field at 12, 5 furlong straight, and what a race to close the card. Very competitive race. Going to boil this down to 5. They're going to be the 1, Hail the Queen, the 2, Design Diva, the 3, Princess Catalea, the 7, Bold Move, and the 9, A Breath of Fresh Air. Number 1, Hail the Queen, Amelia McLean, claiming 4 kilos for Ian Roberts. Last time out, 9 by 6 lengths, 6 3/4 lengths to She's Dallas Love and Firecracker. That race was a lot of speed, and Hail the Queen didn't show any, but tends to do have speed and coming in here at a price. Drawn 1, poorly drawn, but I know she does have a lot of pace. Expecting a good run from this Hail the Queen. The 2, Design Diva, Eric Horton claiming 4 kilos for Michael Spencer. So coming in extremely light. Recent winner over the straight 5 course, winning by half a length from Cherry Blossom. Came back to run some good races. Also one of those horses that looks like she likes the 5 furlong straight, coming in at a big price. We know that Design Diva is very fit. Giving this Design Diva an outsider shot in this event. The 3, Princess Catalea, Richard Henry claiming 3 kilos here for Patrick Lynch. Winner last time, 5 furlong straight, class below this, coming from off the pace. to beat Buttercup and Chinita Estrella after coming out of the gate slow. Next start was beaten by 9 lengths by Jay Spieth, who has gone on up in class. Next start, a lackluster run behind She's Dallas Love, beaten for speed there, going around the bends way off the pace, but was staying on. And last time out at 6 furlongs against out of class looking Zulu Warrior, she was only beaten 17 lengths. Zulu Warrior won by 14 lengths. So that's a big plus for this Princess Catalea, who loves the straight 5, gets a pace in front of her, and if the pace collapse, this Patrick Lynch filly could upset the 7. Bold move, caught near the finish by stablemate the General last time out at 6 furlongs when trying to steal home, was 7 lengths clear out the furlong pole. So this bold move is extremely fit right now. Last time over the straight 5, finished 10 by 6 lengths to Restoration and Breath of Fresh Air, but looks a different horse now. And with Ray and Lewis riding here for Sobrati, very fit right now. Bold move, I think, definitely should fight this race out. And the 9, A Breath of Fresh Air, Richie Shakes claiming 3 kilos here for Philip Lee. Consistent horse, but coming off a 2-month break. Last time out, 5 furlongs round. Stayed on well to finish 4th by a length and 3/4 to My Sunshine and Undisclosed Location, Crypto Girl. 2 of those horses are here present. Before that, over the straight 5 course, 2nd by a head to Restoration, had Hotbird Scammer behind there. And before that, at 5.5 furlongs, 2nd by a length to Smart Trick, who has gone up in class. So definitely very capable over this. I think is the horse they're going to have to beat, coming to this race. So seems very, very fit and coming in extremely light. 5 straight, not a problem. Last good one, I'd say, over the straight. Apart from that, 2nd by a head to Restoration, was 2nd by 3 lengths to Midnight Flight, having Undisclosed Location behind there. So once turning up, I think Breath of Fresh Air is the horse they're all going to have to beat. Okay, guys, that's it for this racing. I'm going to have to jump and get started with the Sunday card. That will be St. Leisure Day. So hope we all have some luck. And as always, stay safe.